testimony that you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. If you would, please introduce yourself and spell your name for us.
Hello, my name is Shannon Bader, Shannon, last name Bader, Bader.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How long where do you work?
I work for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office as a crime scene investigator
Tell the jury, how long have you worked at HCSO as a crime scene investigator?
for about 3 years.
On August 29th of 2022, did you work as a crime scene investigator with Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
When did you get hired?
Well, with the Sheriff's Office in 2019 and crime scene 2021.
Okay. So at the time of August 29th of 2022, tell the jury how many times you have been called to a crime scene as a crime scene investigator to document.
Probably at least a dozen times.
When you go to a crime scene, help us understand as a crime scene investigator, how do you decide what to document and what not to document?
Basically, we work with a crime scene detective.
When you arrived at the Heritage Grove address associated with this case to do your investigation, did you meet with a detective at that time?
Yes.
Who did you meet with?
Detective Clay Holman.
Do you guys walk through the scene together and have some sort of understanding before you start documenting?
Yes.
Did you do that in this case?
Yes, I did.
When you arrived, tell them what you saw.
So I walked through, it is a townhome that when you walk in, the kitchen is on your left, there's a living room area, then you walk up the stairs, there's a bedroom to your right, there's a bathroom kind of in the hallway area, there is then a master bedroom in the front, also with a bathroom inside.
Tell us what you're doing when you first walk through and during your process of documenting.
So first I walk through and I do a walkthrough of the scene. And then what I do is take overall photographs, which are basically photographs of the house and everything as is when I get there.
When you walk through and you're working with a detective to decide how to document, what do you use to place next to items that you see that may be of evidentiary value?
Evidence markers.
What do those evidence markers look like?
So I have yellow cones, or I also use green scale markers or yellow scale markers.
So tell us the difference between the scale markers and the cones. The cones, are they like physical cones that you can place next to something?
Yes.
What about the green and yellow scale markers? Are those like the cones or are they something different?
They're something else. They're basically like sticker scale rulers.
Do they all represent the same thing when they're used in one crime scene?
In this case, particularly, I use the yellow evidence markers to document items of evidentiary value of physical items that I was collecting. I use the green scale markers to document areas of red substances, and then I use the yellow scale markers to document any damage that I saw.
So yellow evidence markers were for physical things.
Yes.
The green scales, which are like stickers, that was used to document red substance you saw.
Yes.
And the yellow stickers were used for what?
For damages.
Damage, okay. Judge Albee, do I have permission to publish what's been entered as states 22A through EEEE?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo states 22A. Tell us, when you first walk into the apartment or the townhome, is this what you see?
Yes.
What are we looking at in this photo?
So this is the living room area. The front door is behind me and the back door is in front of me. And this is, you could see evidence marker 1, and then on the floor should be green scale marker A.
So the cone of evidence marker 1 indicates to us that there was something physical next to it. What was physical next to it? Do you remember?
Yes, this was the ACE bandage clip.
Okay. Now on the floor, you told us that the green scale stickers represent red substance. Is that what's notated on the floor right here?
Yes.
We're looking at 22B. Is this a close-up of that green sticker that we just saw?
Yes, it is.
And if we zoom in, oh. we zoom in, the red substance that's depicted on the floor, you can kind of see it in like the wood graining. Is that what you deemed of evidentiary value to put the measure sticker next to it?
Yes.
We're looking at 22C. So when you first walk into the apartment, we saw evidence marker 1 was a couch. This evidence marker 2, are these 2 chairs? Was that just on the other side of the couch as you're walking into the room?
Yes.
Tell us what physical is next to evidence marker 2.
This is a blue cell phone.
We're looking at 22D. When you go to walk up the stairs, are these green stickers? We see 1, 2, 3 in this photo. What do you see on those green stickers, and what was the purpose of placing them there?
These are more areas of red substances as you're walking up the stairs on the wall. That should be green scale C, and then D and E up there.
I'm placing 22E on the Elmo. Now we're seeing a close-up, and if you zoom in, there was a green evidence sticker that we can see. It says red substance C that you just referred to. Also depicted, if we see a green sticker here to the left on one of the staircases. Why did you place that evidence marker there?
There's a red substance on that stair.
We're looking at 22F. Tell me the vantage point of this photo.
So this is kind of looking up. I'm standing in the middle area of the stairwell, and you're looking up to the landing.
We see a green marker on the left. Was that to document and mark a red substance as well?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22G. At this point, is this as if you had walked up to the very top of the stairs and you're looking ahead?
Yes.
Now, we can see a yellow evidence marker 3 in this view. Tell the jury what is immediately to the right of the physical evidence marker 3.
This is a gauze pad.
I'm placing 22H on the Elmo as it's just a closer up view of that gauze pad.
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22I. Which room are we looking into?
This is the kid's bedroom.
So, I want to zoom in. I see a green evidence marker on the left side of the doorway. You can see the brass or metal, door hinge to the left. Why did you place that green evidence marker on the doorway right there?
There was an area of red substance there.
Now, on the other side, the green area that we just looked at, that's not the side that the door is connected to, correct?
Correct.
So the area where I'm pointing on the right side of the photo, where immediately to the right of that, it looks like there's like an open closet right there. That's where the door is attached to, correct? So it opens up inward.
Yes.
Now on 22J, which I'm placing on the Elmo, is this the same doorway that we're looking at, but we're looking at the actual side of the door?
Yes.
And I see an evidence marker in the middle. It's green. Tell us what that represents.
The red substance on the door.
Now we're zooming in. Tell the jury and explain for the record. Everything's written down. What color's the door?
White.
So the spots that we're seeing in this photo, is that the red substance that you deemed should be marked with that green marker?
Yes.
I'm placing 22K on the Elmo. We see in the bottom right-hand corner a silver door handle. Is that the silver door handle on the door from the previous photo we were looking at?
Yes.
So when we're walking into the room, is this the children's room that we're walking immediately into?
Yes.
In the middle of the room, tell the jury, I'm pointing to a circle here that has like pink around it, and tell them what it is.
Trampoline.
And immediately in front of that, we see a white rectangle. What was that?
A pillow.
We see a green evidence marker on the pillow, and I'm going to zoom in so that we can see it a little bit better. What color is the pillow?
White.
And we can see that there is a red substance on the pillow. Is that why you chose to place that evidence marker there?
Yes.
The far right, we can see an open door. Tell the jury, where does that door lead to?
That door is the child's bedroom.
So the door that I'm pointing to in the middle of the photograph that we can see that's open, the wall above here that I'm pointing to, which is right next to the tile from the shower for the record, that wall is shared by this bathroom and the children's room, correct?
Yes, correct.
22AA I'm placing on the elbow. What are we looking at here on the right? We see an evidence marker.
This is the yellow scale marker documenting damage on the wall.
And it's labeled damage A1. We also see a marker on the left side. It looks like there's a shower curtain rod and a shower curtain. What is documented here on this side?
That is documenting damage on the shower curtain.
So I'm looking at 22BB I'm placing on the Elmo. Damage A1, is that on the wall that we just looked at in the bathroom?
Yes.
Damage A2 in 22CC, is that the damage to the shower curtain that you were just talking about?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22DD. Damage A2 that you just discussed on the shower curtain, is that the same one?
Yes.
Now what are we looking at here on the left? Tell us, describe to us what that damage is and where it was located.
That's damage A3 and it's in the shower on the wall.
We're looking at 22EE I'm placing on the Elmo. Is that the same damage you just described?
Yes.
What's located within the damage that we see on this photo?
That would be a projectile.
22FF I'm placing on the Elmo. So we just left the bathroom, we're not in the bathroom anymore. Where are we right now looking at the damage that is depicted in this photo?
This is the top bunk railing.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22GG. Tell us the vantage point of this photo. I see a marker that says A1 and damage B2. Where are you standing when this photo was taken?
So now I'm standing inside that bathroom that is next to the child's bedroom, and we're looking at the wall that is shared with the child's bedroom.
Is this the same bathroom that just showed the damage that was to the shower curtain and the projectile that was found in the shower tile that we just looked at?
Yes.
Same room.
Yes.
We're looking at 22HH. We see damage B2. Again, is that the same bathroom that we've been discussing?
Yes.
22II. Tell us what we're looking at. Which room are we in now?
This is the kid's bedroom, and this is a view of the bottom bunk and where the stairs start.
When we're looking at this bottom bunk, we see what looks like a pink and purple blanket. Behind that, we see kind of a big lump back there. Is that the teddy bear you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
We see an evidence marker number 5. What is that significant?
That is another casing on the bed on the bottom bunk.
We're looking at 22JJ. What's the purpose of this photo?
This is showing the height of how high the bunk beds are.
So we see what looks like a measuring tool here on the left, and it looks like the top portion of the railing on the top bunk is 5 feet and 5 inches. Is that fair?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22KK. Tell the jury what we're looking at here. We see 3 evidence markers, 8, 9, and 10.
These are marking 3 more casings.
Now, this photo, is this of the top bunk or is this the bottom bunk?
The top bunk.
22LL. Is this a close-up? We're looking at 8 right here with a casing right next to it. Is this just a close-up of the casing located next to that
Yes.
marker? What are we looking at 22MM?
That is the head stamp of that casing.
What about 22NN? We're looking at evidence marker 9 and 10.
Also the casings.
So this casing that I'm pointing to more in the middle, is that attributed to evidence marker number 9?
Yes.
And the casing that's to the left where it looks like the empty cylinder is facing upward towards the ceiling, is that attributed to evidence marker number 10?
Yes.
22BB. Sorry. 2200, I'm placing on the Elmo. Is this the head stamp? Hold on. There we go. Is this the head stamp of the shell casing attributed to evidence marker number 9?
Yes.
23 PP. What are we looking at?
That is the casing at evidence marker number 10.
22 QQ. Tell the jury what we're looking at.
That is the head stamp of the casing at evidence marker 10.
You've used the term head stamp a couple of times. I don't want to blow over that. Can you explain to the jury when you're using the term head stamp, what does that mean?
So basically the casing, it is the top of the casing that has the imprint and the firing impression on it.
We're looking at 22RR and placing on the Elmo. Tell us the significance of the evidence marker. We see 11.
Evidence marker 11 is showing the bedding on the top bunk.
We're looking at 22SS. I'm placing on the Elmo. Help us get oriented. We've been into the bathroom, we've been into the children's bedroom, we've been downstairs. Where are we now in 22SS?
So now we were in the master bedroom.
22TT, I'm placing on the Elmo. Is this the same master bedroom?
Yes.
Help us understand the vantage point. I see in the middle, I see what looks like an open door right to the right of the silver dresser depicted in this photo. Is that the door that you would use to enter and exit this master bedroom?
Yes.
22UU, I'm placing on the Elmo. Help us understand what we're looking at here.
This is the dresser in that master bedroom, and there is a live round next to evidence marker 12.
I'm going to zoom in. What does a live round mean?
It is a round that has not been fired by a gun.
To the left of evidence marker 12, there is a silver object that I'm pointing to. Is that the live round you just spoke about?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22VV. What are we looking at in 22VV?
That is the head stamp of the live round.
22WW. I see evidence marker 13 and 14. Help us understand what they are attributed to.
This is that drawer in that dresser that we just looked at, and 13 is a wallet, and 14 is a gun.
So let's go back to, this is 22TT. In the back, we see evidence markers 13 and 14 and a drawer to the top left that's open. Is that what we're looking at, just like a top aerial view here in 22WW?
Yes.
I'm placing on the Elmo 22XX. Is this a close-up of the two items you just described?
Yes.
So we have 13 attributed to a wallet, and then 14 attributed to the item that we see right here, which looks like the top of a handgun. Is that correct?
Yes.
22YY. I'm placing on the Elmo. Is 22YY the same firearm that's right here by evidence marker 14?
Yes.
In this photo, it's facing the right. I'm placing 22Z on the Elmo. Is this the same firearm?
Yes.
It's facing the other way.
Yes.
22A. I'm placing on the Elmo. What are we looking at here?
That is a magazine that was also in that drawer.
Was it in the drawer because it was in the firearm, or was it separate from the firearm?
It was separate.
Okay. Now we're looking at 22B. Orient the jury. Where are we when we find evidence marker 15?
This is next to that dresser, and it is a phone inside of a backpack.
So are we still inside the master bedroom when we find and locate this backpack that's depicted in next to evidence marker 15?
Yes, we are.
22C. I'm placing on the Elmo. Orient us to this photo. It looks like there's a hand depicted in the photo. Is that your hand?
Yes.
What are you holding in your hand in 22CCC?
A projectile.
A projectile. Where was this projectile found?
In the wall of the bathroom, sharing that wall that shares the child's bedroom.
So we just left the master bedroom, so let's back up. 22CCC, where this hole in the wall is that from the vantage point of standing in the bathroom where this wall shares the room with the children's bedroom?
Yes.
22D, I'm placing on the Elmo. Is that the same projectile we just saw, just a close-up version?
Yes.
22DDD. Did I just say that? 22EEE. I'm placing on the Elmo. What are we looking at?
This is the top bunk mattress after we cut it open.
What was the purpose of cutting the mattress open from the top bunk?
We had noticed a hole in it.
22FFF. What are we looking at here?
Now we ripped away all the foam inside, and now we're looking inside the coils of the mattress.
So in this photo that we're looking at right here, it looks as though this mattress is now on the bottom bunk. Help us understand.
So because the mattress was on top, in order to just examine it better, we did bring it down to the bottom bunk.
What are we looking at in 22GGG?
You can kind of see the projectile that it's under all the coiling in the mattress.
22HHH. What are we looking at?
That is that projectile.
So this projectile was found in the mattress that was located on the top bunk of the bed.
Yes.
What are we looking at in 22HHH?
This is back to the master bedroom, and it is a security camera on a nightstand.
22III. We see an evidence marker 17.
That is marking that Adidas bag.
When you first initially walked into the master bedroom, was that Adidas bag sitting on the bed, or was it located elsewhere first?
It was located elsewhere.
Where was it located?
In the master closet.
What was the purpose of taking it down from the master closet and onto this bed to photograph it?
This was after the detectives had done their search, and it had found that it was of evidentiary value. So then I took the photograph of it.
Okay, so 22JJJ. What are we looking at in here? What is this the contents of?
This is the contents of that bag at evidence marker 17.
So the same bag that we see in 22III. Are you saying that this is the contents of that same bag in 22JJJ?
Yes.
Now, we're looking at 22LLL, placing it on the Elmo. Oops. It looks like a hand is holding some sort of measuring device. Help us understand, why are there times that you use a measuring device, like a ruler in this case, to show the height of something?
This is showing the height of the damage to show how high it is off the ground.
In this photo, we see in an evidence tag to the left that's labeled damage A1. Right above that, we see something poking out of the damage that we've seen before. We've never seen something that thus far in all of these photos poking out of the damage. Help the jury understand what's poking out of damage A1.
That is called a trajectory rod.
What's the purpose of using trajectory rods when you are documenting a crime scene?
A trajectory rod is used to show a possible flight of path through 2 areas of damage or more.
So for instance, if you have a crime scene where it looks like you have what some may call a through and through, is a rod helpful in that situation to document the trajectory to show in fact if it was a through and through?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we see damage A1, that there's a rod there. We're looking at, also for the record, would you agree with me that the damage A1 is just about 5 feet 6 inches high?
Yes.
So now we're looking at 22 MMM. Oh, I guess it would be helpful to just make sure that 22 LLL, this damage A1, what room are we located in?
This is the bathroom on that same wall that shares the child's bedroom. above the towel rack.
So on the direct other side of this wall, is that where the bunk beds were located?
Yes.
Now, 22 MMM, I'm placing on the Elmo. Is this the same bathroom that we were just looking at in the previous photo?
Yes.
Now, next to damage A1, again, it looks like we have a ruler. Would you agree with me that damage A1 is about 4 feet, 11 and a half or so inches?
Yes.
We're looking at 22 NNN. What are we looking at in this photo? We see a ruler to the left of what?
This is showing the height of damage A3 in the shower wall.
Would you agree with me that the damage is right around the 4 foot 10 to 11 marker?
Yes.
We're looking at 22000. The green item that we see depicted in the middle of this photo, is that the trajectory rod that you were discussing with the jury earlier that we saw poking out of damage A1?
Yes, it is.
What's the purpose of documenting with the trajectory rod specifically in this photo?
So this is showing the connection between the damage that I had marked at the yellow scale markers A.
Does using a trajectory rod in a situation such as this one, where the damage depicted shows it could potentially all be caused by one projectile?
Yes.
Projection speculation.
Overruled.
So in this case, what's depicted in 22000 does damage A1, damage, hold on, does the damage to the wall, the damage to the shower curtain, and the damage to the shower tile containing the projectile all match up using the trajectory rod?
Yes.
We're looking at 22 PPP. You zoom out. What room are we in here?
This is the bathroom.
And we're looking at a marker entitled damage B2. Would you agree with me that the damage B2 looks like it encompasses 4 feet and...
2 bathrooms.
Yes.
Yes.
You
this-
said we're in the bathroom.
Yes,
Sorry,
ma'am. Thank you, Judge. The bathroom that we've been discussing all along with the damage.
Yes.
Is that all the bathroom that's directly next to the children's bedroom?
Yes.
Did you notice any damage whatsoever in the bathroom that would be right next to that, adjacent to the master bedroom?
No.
So, all along during your testimony, when we've been discussing a bathroom that has any damage to it, we would be talking to the bathroom where the wall is shared directly with the children's room.
Yes.
Okay. 22 QQQ. Is this photo documenting the difference between the two damages on the wall?
Yes.
Damage A1 and damage B2.
Yes, and how far it is from the entryway door.
Okay, and so on the right where this one starts, is that where the door would be open?
Yes.
22 U, what are we looking at here?
This is a bag, and on top of it is a holster, a box of ammunition, and a magazine.
Was that bag located right here when it was photographed?
No, it was not.
Where was it located before it was photographed?
That was in the children's bedroom closet.
So it was brought down from the closet so that you could take the contents out and photograph them?
Yes.
22 VVV, I placed on the Elmo. Where is this damage located?
This damage is where the projectile came from of the B2 in the bathroom that shares the wall with the children's bedroom.
We're looking at 22 WWW. What do we see here?
This is the bottom of the drawer that we saw earlier with evidence markers 13 and 14. This is once taking the clothing out, evidence marker 18 was placed.
What room is evidence marker 18
The master bedroom.
So the drawer that we saw before, is this the same drawer?
Yes.
So help us understand, you didn't see these items before because of why?
There was clothing on top of it.
Once you removed the clothing, you were able to see these, and that's why you placed this evidence marker there.
Yes.
Tell us what exactly is depicted in this photo.
In this photo, there are loose live rounds at the bottom of this drawer.
And again, a live round is what?
A round that has not been fired yet by a gun.
22XXX. Is this just a closer up of evidence marker 18, those live rounds that you're discussing?
Yes, it is.
Y. What are we looking at in 22Y?
That is the head stamp of the live rounds that were in that drawer.
It looks, let's see, 22AA. I'm placing on the Elmo. What are we looking at here?
This is the Adidas bag that was at evidence marker 17.
Remind us, where was this Adidas bag initially located?
Initially in the master bedroom closet.
After it was taken from the master bedroom closet, where was it placed so that you could photograph it?
On the bed in the master bedroom.
Now, where are these photographs taking place?
These are taken back at the office at the crime scene section.
22BB. What are we looking at here?
This is that same bag just opened.
22CCCC. I'm placing on the Elmo. What are we looking at here?
These are now the contents I took out of the bag.
So it looks like in this photo, in the top middle, it looks like a computer mouse with some wiring. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then we see to the right of that, we see a zippered pouch right here. And next to that, it looks like another sort of pouch.
Yes.
We see below that, looks like some plastic, or one plastic container of sorts. Is that right?
Oh,
It's
yes.
a plastic bag?
Yes.
What's to the left of the plastic bag?
That is a magazine.
Magazine. What's to the left of the magazine?
Ammunition box.
What's to the left of that?
Batteries.
Now we're going on what would look like the third row. We see a box of metal objects that have a point to it. What are those?
Those are also an ammunition box.
What's inside of the ammunition box?
Live rounds.
To the right of that, we see what looks like a rectangle of something. What are those?
Live rounds as well.
To the right of that, we see another rectangle. And for the record, the one to the left that she just described was more, what color would you call that? Silver?
Yes.
The one to the right, what color would you say those were?
More gold.
And what are those gold things?
Also live rounds.
Now, next to those gold live rounds, we see 3 items next to each other. They look similar, but they're different lengths. Tell the jury what they are.
They are magazines.
Magazines for what?
A gun.
We look next to that and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. What are those?
Those are ammunition boxes.
Later, do you open up those ammunition boxes and photograph the contents inside of those other 7 ammunition boxes?
Yes.
Below that, that looks like a cell phone, is that correct?
Yes.
What's to the left of that? It looks like something on its side, I can't tell.
I think that is a magazine as well.
Okay, and to the left of that, we see 1, 2, 3, 4 items on the bottom of the page. What are those?
Casings.
Casings. There's 1 silver item above that. What is that?
Also a casing.
There's 1, what color would you call that? A gold item
gold.
above that? It looks like actually there's 3 of them. What are those?
Also casings.
To the left of that, we see an orange item that is like a U in nature that looks like it has 2 little silver keys on it. What is that?
A lock of some sort.
Above that, what are we looking at right here?
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay. And to the left of that on the far left bottom corner, it looks like a circle with something coming out of that. What is that?
It's used to hold ammunition, live rounds.
So let me exit all the way. 22 D. Is this a closer up view of the contents of those boxes we just discussed?
Yes, it is.
And remind me again, what are those?
Live rounds.
22 E. We see that circle item that has something coming out of the top. What are we looking at there?
These are the live rounds that came from that circular device.
So when you photographed the circular device the first time, we didn't see those silver items up top. Did those come from within that
Yes.
circular item?
Yes, they did.
Okay, and Judge, may I have a moment to hand this to my co-counsel to put back in order, please? We have just a moment, Judge.
Yes.
May I retrieve scissors, please? And Judge, what's been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit 9, do I have permission to publish?
Yes.
And if you want to step down for me? There's some right there. State's Exhibit 9, the shell casing that you got from the bottom bunk, do you remember when you were discussing that with the jury?
Yes.
If you don't mind standing right over here so that they don't see you. If you don't mind removing that, if you look at the label, this is the shell casing that was taken from the bottom bunk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and we saw a picture of that earlier, correct?
Yes.
Don't mind removing that shell casing. Would you mind putting it on Elmo so they can see? So, orient us again. We walk into the children's bedroom. On the bottom bunk, we find this spent shell casing.
Yes.
Okay. Can you put it back in for me? Now, State's Exhibit 10. Do I have permission to publish?
Yes, everything that's submitted you could publish.
Thank you, Judge. State's Exhibit 10 was found on the top bunk, correct? Yes. So if you recall, the photos was a blue blanket, and there were 3 shell casings found on the blue blanket, correct? Yes. And this is one of them. Can you put it back in? This is 10, sorry. Oops, sorry. 11, which was another one found in the top bunk.
Yes.
Thank you. Looking at states 12. Or double bagged, sorry. You can reach in and get it. So this is also from the top bunk. On that blue blanket. States 13, the last one from the top bunk. And when you see me opening all of these envelopes, you'll understand why are they packaged this way.
So the second packaging, the first packaging is the package it and sign it to show that it's our evidence.
And does it have labels on it too, so that they know and can keep track of where everything is and what it is?
Yes.
So states 13 that we're looking at right now, this is the last of the casings that were found at the top bunk on that blue blanket, right?
Yes.
Let me mark this one. Now, the next item that we look at, when you were in the master bedroom, we saw pictures of that silver dresser. We saw a wallet next to one of the evidence markers.
Yes.
Here, you have what's on. Let me pull it out. Is this the wallet that you
Yes.
took into custody?
Yes, it is.
Can you open it? Oh, sorry. We too zoomed in. Okay. That's states 15. You can put that back in. States 17. I'm opening. The bathroom that we were discussing that had all of the damage was only in the children's bathroom. The projectile that was located in the shower tile, did you collect and take that into custody?
Yes, I did.
There's too many envelopes, hold on. There. Okay. Can you get the tape open or do you need my? There you go. Hold on, I'm just gonna zoom in. Okay. States 18. I'm now opening, I'm gonna orient you back to the shower with damage, children's shower. There was a point on the wall that we saw photos of where the drywall was removed so that you could collect what was inside.
Yes.
It was a projectile that you found inside, correct?
Yes.
I think that was the photo that we looked at where we could see your hand in the photo.
Yes.
Can you open what's inside of stage 18 to show the jury what was found inside of that wall. Perfect. States 19. We're looking at, you talked about the bottom bunk bed, or the mattress that you moved to the bottom to collect projectile from the mattress. Was that item seized and collected?
Yes.
Let's see if you can put that on the Elmo for me so that the jurors can see what came from that mattress. I just zoomed in for the record. Let's take that back. Thank you. The only other thing I want to clarify, the wallet. You take the package out, sorry. Sure. Can you open up the wallet and take out the ID from the wallet? So that the jurors can see whose ID was contained within the wallet. For the record, the witness pulled out a Florida driver's license. I'm zooming in on it. It says Jermaine Bass Jr. and it's showing the defendant's photograph. That's from the wallet that was found next to the firearm in the silver drawer, correct?
Correct.
I think I need you to stay right here for the next item. I may just have a moment, Judge. Do we have... Can we approach just briefly, Judge?
Sure.
Okay. The last thing we talked about was the drawer where, in the silver dresser, master bedroom, you find the wallet, you also find the firearm. Did you collect the firearm?
Yes.
This has been entered into evidence as State Exhibit 16. I have permission to publish, can you help me open? So the firearm that you found in that silver drawer, we saw an evidence marker in the photo next to it. Is this the firearm that you collected from the Heritage Grove townhome that day?
Yes.
Pardon? The box is open. Was it made safe already? Yes. All right.
Can you decide how explain to the jury how is this made safe during
With the zip tie.
place it on the table for me? So now that State 16 is on the Elmo, we see a zip tie on the top that goes through. It looks like where a projectile would come out.
Correct.
Does that help make it safe?
Yes.
What about the bottom one? What is that helping to do? The bottom zip tie?
That is zip tying the trigger area, and it attaches the firearm tag.
There is another item inside. Can you pull it out so the jury can see, please? So the firearm has been placed on the elbow. Now we're placing what looks like, tell the jury what is the item you just placed on the elbow.
A magazine.
Can you hold it up so that they can see how many bullets can be put inside of it? Here, you can do it.
Oh.
So you just placed the magazine on its side, and we see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes on it. Okay, we can put it back in the box. Thank you. You can take your seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Can you have just a moment, Judge?
Yes.
And Judge, if I may just have a minute, I need to put gloves on as well for this item. I'm gonna need you to step back.
Oh.
So I want to direct your attention to the top bunk of the children's bed. You showed us in photos, and then you showed us the 3 casings that were found on the children's top bunk. Just now, we saw that they were marked with evidence marker 8, 9, and 10. We just saw them on the elbow. We discussed how they were on top of a blue blanket. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
So this is what's been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit 14. We're gonna go ahead and open this item. The blue blanket that we've been discussing and that we saw photographed with the shell casings and the evidence markers on top of it, was that item taken into evidence and preserved?
Yes.
There's one item in here. For the record, I opened an item contained within State's, I think 17 evidence marker. I'm holding a pillow that has red substance on it. Is this the pillow that was located on the top bunk?
Yes.
Where the rest of the evidence markers and items were located?
Yes.
There's another item located within this exhibit. that I'm going to open. Judge, do you mind if I use that tabletop to help place this on while I open it?
Well,
Is there a
whatever
desk
the
right
bailiff
there?
wants you to do.
Thank you. shell casings were located?
Yes.
Looks like it's a Batman
Yes.
blanket. One more item from the evidence. Is this the other blanket that was located on the top bunk where you located the shell casings with those markers that we saw in the photos
Yes.
and that you showed on the elbow?
Yes.
Looks like it's a Star Wars blanket with the red substance. You have just a moment, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, if I may just have a moment, you can take your seat to just repackage.
Mhm.
Thank you. Judge, if you don't mind, my co-counsel is going to help me, repackage. I just have a couple of other questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Gonna come around this way. Since 28 regarding the incident to evidence.
What number?
It states 28A through E.
All right.
I'm placing on the Elmo states 28A. The damage and the red substance we're looking at in this photograph, where is this from?
This is the child's bedroom on the wall that the bunk bed was on.
So at some point, it looks like in this photo, the bunk bed has been removed out of the wall. Was that for this photo?
Yes,
So the bunk bed has been moved so that you could see the wall better?
yes,
In one of the photos we were looking at earlier, we were discussing the trajectory rods. You talked about the trajectory rod that we said was like red or pinkish in color. Is this the one that we were referring to that you and I were discussing before?
yes.
Now, the damage that was done to the railing that was up against the wall, is that coordinating with this damage B1 or is this separate?
It is separate. At the time, I thought it was coordinated, but it is separate.
Okay, so, and is the point of the measurements of the wall, help us understand, we've seen other things before, but why place these measurements here, for these three items?
So this method that we call T-scaling, we basically go across from the entrance of that bedroom across and then down. It just gives you a height of all three of these areas. It shows you the damage, how high it is, and how far across it is, as well as that red substance.
I'm looking at, 28B, I'm placing it on the Alamo. We see the scale here for damage A. Tell me how, far off the ground damage A is.
This is about 5 feet 6.5 inches.
We're looking at 28C, I just placed on the Elmo. Help us understand the purpose of the measurement of this photo.
This is showing the height of the top of the bunk bed from the ground up.
How tall is the top portion? of the
About
bed?
5 feet 5 inches.
I'm placing 28D on the Elmo. What are we looking at here in this photo?
This is the wall that the bunk bed was originally on. However, now the bunk bed has been moved away from the wall, and now you can see those T-scale scales on the wall.
We're looking at 28E. Is this just a closer up of the measurement we did earlier for the height of the bunk bed?
Yes.
Let me just have a moment to hand this to the clerk, please. Do I just have a moment to convert?
Yes?
I don't have any questions at this time, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I need to return scissors.
Press?